It's getting ready to get loaded up and leaving. Yeah, just so that we don't have to get in the snow. This should fit in there on its back. Might be on top.
Put a few in here.
It's out of here. Hey guys, welcome back. This is part number 2 of Tapper. At the beginning of this video, before I start talking, you're gonna see me load up the Galaxian into my buddy's van for him. So that I just figured I'd video that real quick. So I do not have the brackets that hold the monitor to the sides of the cabinet. I've seen pictures online where other people didn't have these side brackets either, and they just bolted the monitor right to the shelf inside the cabinet. I probably will put maybe 2 bolts in the back, but I'm going to turn this long bracket here into 2 pieces. These holes right here are the peg holes that are in the side of the cabinet, the plastic pegs that are in the cabinet, and this slides over them. So this is the placement for those. So I'm going to drill those out. I'm going to cut this bracket in half, and then we're going to mimic this exact hole drilling into these two into this up here. And then these holes right here line up with the slots onto the monitor itself. So hopefully this will fit and these will all line up. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this in half, and we're going to drill these holes out. Let me go grab a pair of goggles so we can get this cut in half here. So I'm just going to put this in a vise. We're going to use my little cutoff wheel here. So let me go grab some goggles and the air hose, and we'll get this cut. Okay. Oh, and I believe this is part 15 if I didn't say that already. I think this can be the last video of this series of the Tapper restore. I think I'll be able to finish it in this video. It might be an hour and 20-minute video, we'll see. But basically it's just putting everything else together. I'm waiting for UPS to show up for my volume pot. That'll be here today. So that's I think the last part I'm missing to finishing this. So let's go ahead and get this cut, and we'll draw out these holes. Take my little angle grinder here, and I just want to clean up my edge that I cut because it's real rough. Do that to the other one. And then we'll be ready to drill these holes. grab a drill and a drill bit. Okay, we're gonna drill 3/8 holes. I'm gonna start with a smaller bit first, just for a pilot hole so it's easier to drill the 3/8. We'll start with an 1/8 inch drill bit. Before I drill that hole bigger, I want to transfer onto this one here. Okay. That's my real accurate way of measuring. Just kidding. That usually works out pretty good. My drill bits are getting dull. And then we're going to go up to, actually, I don't have my peg out here. I don't remember if it was 5/16 or 3/8. Let's go up to 1/4 inch, and then we're just going to go up to 3/8. I'd rather have a little bit of wiggle room in case I need to adjust it a little tiny bit. Okay, now we'll do 2 3/8. When you're drilling metal, be careful with your drill. Try not to push real hard. I've actually had my drill spin around and whack me in the face, and that's never a good time. And it's always better to drill at a slower speed rather than super fast. Okay, so now we have those drilled. Those go over the pegs on the side of the cabinet. Now I want to drill 4 holes. I'll probably do one here, because there's already one on this one. And then we'll do one here. And those are going to be the 1/4 inch bolt, the 1/4 inch head wood screws. That's what I'm trying to say. Just kind of eyeball this up a little bit. And for this one, we're going to use, we'll use a 3/16. That should be plenty big enough. Okay, I'm just gonna take my little grinder again and just get rid of the metal burrs on the backside. Okay, that's pretty much what it looks like. So we have our holes here and here for the plastic pegs that are in the cabinet, and then these 4 holes are going to hold the 1/4-inch head wood screws into the side of the cabinet. And then these are right here are for the monitor slots in the monitor frame, so that we can bolt the monitor frame to it. So hopefully these are right and they'll work. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the other one, and then we will give these a test in the cabinet and see how they look. Okay, back down in the basement. We're gonna see if those brackets I made fit in the sides of the cabinet here. Also, all of the Wizard of War parts are down here. Back door and the cabinet, speakers, and all the other parts that I painted. So let's go over here and let me set up the tripod, and we will take a look at these brackets. All right, oh boy. Just knocked over the stand. All right, good. So those fit in there. Let's see if this side fits. Okay, I'm not going to screw them in yet. I want to put the monitor up there and see if those brackets are in the right spot or not. Let me grab this here. We'll put it up there. Well, they're not really wide enough, but hopefully that'll stay there and not slide. They're not really wide enough, but I can see the edge of the bracket behind this one. So I think I'll just nut and bolt it together right here and use a big washer on the backside. It's better than nothing. So at least it'll have extra support more than anything. And then we'll just drill some holes through the bottom piece of wood here and mount that. By doing it this way, at least if I have the same measurement on each side with the same reveal, at least I'll know it's centered in here, and I can also use a tape measure. But so now I'm gonna pull this back out. We'll screw in those brackets into the sides, and then we can get this bolted in there. I need to clean all that residue off. This monitor came out of a poker machine, video poker game, and it had one of those touch screens on it. So you can see a little burn in from the video poker game right here, this checkers. But this game gets that plastic surround with the plexiglass that is tinted black. It's like a smoked plexiglass, I should say. So that should hide all that up. And we might need to turn the brightness up a little bit once we get that all installed on here, because I noticed that that tinted plexiglass likes to make the monitor look a lot dimmer than it is. So I'm gonna pull this out and we'll get those brackets screwed to the sides. And then I'll get this glue cleaned off of this monitor here. We're just gonna use some 5/8 screws right here, 4 per side. What I should have probably done, but I don't know if it would have been long enough that way either. This way, it's a little bit wider than it is this way, but it's only like a 1/4 inch. So I don't know if that really would have made any difference or not. But it's all right. It's better than nothing. But someday, hopefully I'll run across the right ones and I can just easily swap them out real quick. It's not that big a deal. Or I might never even worry about it. Okay, that's in there. I'm going to go ahead and get this monitor cleaned up, and then I'll come back and we'll slide it back in place. Okay, I got the monitor all cleaned up here. Okay, I have some fender washers here. I'm going to put these on both sides. This will kind of help sandwich it in there. It's be a little bit of a pain to reach back here, but I should be able to get it. The bottom ones might be a lot harder than the top. And I'll just put 2 bolts in the back. There's no point in even trying to put them in the front. It's gonna be harder than I thought. Sounds like UPS might be here. The dog's freaking out. He does not like the UPS guy, or lady, that is. Those should be the rest of my parts I need. in the back and grab that other washer I dropped. So now we have to try to get this side on. I gotta get that ground wire out of there. It's an extra one. They have 2 of them on the back of this monitor. That's in there good. Let's see what the UPS man brought us. Some more power cords. Buttons. Here's my pot that I need for the volume. We got some more starters for lights. We got another coin plate for Wizard of War. These black buttons are for Carnival. Some more light bulbs for the marquees. Power supply for Wizard of War. I think that's it. Yep. Oh, you know what? Those black ones are not for. These black buttons and red buttons are for Q*bert. I know the red ones are for Q*bert. I think that's the only 2 buttons. Oh, and there's a player 1 and player 2 for Q*bert. Okay. Get that out of the way for now. All right. Let me go get some parts. Let's get the surround on for the monitor next. We'll drill those holes afterwards in the back. So I'm going to go grab the monitor surround and all those brackets that we need. Okay, we need to put these brackets on. They go on the top and bottom. So we just need to loosen up the screws right here. Frame needs pried apart a little bit. hard because I'm on the edge of that glass, so I'm going to be really careful that I don't pry hard on this monitor. That's all I need to do is break it. Can't hold on to anything today. Okay, do the top one. Now I don't understand why this bezel has these on tapper. They just go like this and they get mounted through these holes right here. I don't really understand the reasoning is for that. And then it just slides into here, I guess. I don't know that I need them. Unless these aren't supposed to be on this. I think not. I think that's why you got to use these. I don't think I'm supposed to use these. But how does this hold on to the monitor? This is interesting. Because you definitely, these definitely don't work for this setup. Nope. Unless this is, no, this is the right one, because these go on like this. They're supposed to clip onto something. I don't know what they clip onto. I don't know what, if they had a special thing on the monitor for these ones or not. Let me go look around and see what I have. Okay, since this isn't the right monitor, and I'm not sure how these brackets work, these are definitely, this is definitely for tapper. I actually have two sets of them. This is out of either a Miss Pac-Man or a Galaga, something like that. I have like 3 of these and 3 sets of these brackets. So these line up with the holes in the brackets. Let's just use this. I don't see why I can't. It's not like the monitor's original anyways. So I really don't think it matters. So we'll just put this in there. I don't see it being a problem. It looks like it's just about flush with where the glass goes anyways. So I'm gonna clean this up with some window cleaner and we'll get this screwed in. Okay, I got all that wiped down and I have the piece of smoked plexiglass too. Now I gotta go find the plastic tabs that hold the plexiglass. I thought I had them with me. Okay, I found the last 4 that I think I have. It's just these little black tabs and they hold the plexiglass to the frame. So I need to stick this up here. I hope that the screen will cover that. Maybe that's why the bezels are different. Well, we're about to find out. I'm gonna go grab the glass and we'll see if these sides cover. Kind of worried about that. Okay, I wiped off the back side. I think we're gonna be all right. I have to take the cup holders off. And I hope I didn't screw up when I made that top piece. Looks like that top piece might not be grooved enough. I'm probably have to take these cup holders off, and I might have a problem up here. I think that glass needs to slide up here a little bit higher. I might need to knock these cleats back a tiny bit in order to get it to fit. I have to unscrew the cup holders, but I don't know that the cup holders really necessarily need to come off. I just think I'm not going up high enough. Let me see if I can adjust those cleats a little bit. If you guys remember, I made this new piece here, and there's a rabbet cut in the backside here, and I made it identical, but I'm back a tiny bit too far. So I need to have a little bit more room for the glass to slide up into there. Okay, I'm back. So what I had to do here, I had to tap these back just about 1/8 of an inch on each side so that I can clear my new board that I made here. So then I did that, and there is a board that's coming down, an original board that's coming down to here, and it was too low. So I had to move that up a little bit. I don't know why it's off. I don't know if the glass is maybe a little bit bigger. I'm not sure. But anyways, I got it to fit. And it looks like it's pretty centered in here. So there we go. And that bezel and everything seems to work out good. So I need to wipe this back off because there's a little bit of dust from tapping that piece of wood in. So I'm going to get everything wiped down, and then we'll put the monitor back in there, or the glass back on here, and then we can put the cup holders on. I think the cup holders kind of hold it in place a little bit, and I know that the control panel also holds it. Yeah, that's weird that that didn't fit right. I mean, I'm sure the glass is probably right. This cabinet was pretty warped, and I did replace a lot of parts on it. But the brackets, I didn't replace this one or that one up there, so that's just kind of puzzling to me. But that does not mean that somebody else had done work. If you guys remember, there was a bunch of screws on the side and stuff. Maybe somebody had took that off at one point and moved it, and that would throw it all off. But we're back in order now. The only downfall is you have to take the cup holders off to get the glass off. And I don't know if that's originally how it's supposed to be or not. That I can't answer. But it is what it is. It's not a big deal. That was quite a setback. It took me a half an hour or so to get that adjusted. I didn't want to videotape that. There's really nothing to see. I'll bet you because the cabinet was swollen and stuff and somebody had re-screwed it together, I'll bet you somebody messed with that upper bracket and moved it down or something. I just never would have thought anything about it. But luckily I did it with no damage. I gotta clean around the monitor and everything now because there's a bunch of dust, but I still have to drill 2 holes for the monitor anyways, so it's really not the end of the world. So now I need to, we should probably mount this bottom bar foot bar. I do not have holes drilled for this. They were bondoed in on the original front panel when I got the game. So what I'm gonna have to do is go online and try to figure out about how high it was mounted down here for the two parts. If you feel in the vinyl here, there's a hole here. I have the holes marked for the coin box. You know, these are drilled out, so that's not a problem. But I don't want to put the coin box in until I put the bar on, because the coin box holder is just going to be in my way. So those are ready to go. So I'm going to go online and look at a couple pictures, and I'm going to get all the hardware and everything that I need to get these mounted down here. We'll get that on, then we'll put the coin box holder in, and then we'll mount the control panel, and then I got to put the coin door together. And then at that point, we're almost done. Okay, I looked at some images and stuff. Got all my parts out here. We're just gonna have to measure it and kind of eyeball where it's gonna go. If I get this plastic off of here without scratching the pipe. And Arcade Shop sells these now, brass carriage bolts for these. So according to the picture, it looks like it's right about that height. There's supposed to be a black plastic toe kick that goes on here. I don't put them on. The Wizard of War cabinet has one on it because the original one was not cracked or anything, so I just left that one alone. But for here, I'm just gonna go ahead and not use one. So this line right here in the wood grain is what I'm going to use for my straight edge. It's perfectly straight to the bottom of the cabinet. And then I'm going to use these brown lines here for my edge going the other way. So what I'm going to do is kind of lay down here and line this up. And it moved. But luckily I can reline it up on those first couple dots I made. Okay. Now we're going to drill holes through it for the carriage bolts, and then I have these fender washers, which are a bigger washer I'm going to put on the back side with these nuts. Probably should have opened the bag of nuts first. Maybe it'll stay. We have to do a lot of vacuuming down here tonight. Get those finger tight. I like to use these bigger washers so it doesn't ever rip the nut through the wood. I don't think it would, but if somebody were to stand on it, at least this gives it a little bit more stability and strength. This one seems like the threads are got a little bit of brass in them. Yeah, it doesn't want to screw in right now. I'll leave that one. I bought a couple extra, so I had them. There we go. Another one with threads messed up on the end. Okay, I'm going to get these tightened up, then I'll come back and we'll put in the coin bucket. Okay, I have my coin bucket here. Now, I used to have a root beer tapper. That one had a wire basket. This one is a metal one. I don't have any wire ones, so we'll have to use this one. This cabinet really didn't come with any parts but the bare cabinet. And I'm gonna have to drill this hole a little bigger so that that will fit into it. So we're gonna have to go up the next size drill bit here. Go grab one. I just vacuumed inside this cabinet out too. So now I'm gonna have to re-vacuum it again. And my headlamp battery died. And I went to plug it in and it won't charge. So I guess I gotta buy a new one of them. That's actually a good, nice, tight fit. Let me vacuum that out again. Okay, now we can get this in here. These are the wrong bolts. These are really close to the originals. I do have a set of original ones, but at the time that I got these brass plated, I didn't have original ones. I had them brass plate a fifth one just to be on the safe side. But these are fine. They're supposed to be black, but I just thought it'd be good to, cool to have them brass plated. But these are just, they're called elevator bolts. I have a ton of these. I had to buy like 50 of them, I think, to get them. If anybody needs any, I'll be more than willing to ship them to you. Just pay for the shipping. Because I don't know what I'm going to do with 50 of these bolts. They're not brass plated, they're just like a black color, but you can paint them black if you need them. Better than not having any. Because I don't see myself ever using them. The only downfall about getting stuff plated is sometimes the nuts don't want to go on them. And I'm using a flange nut with a built-in washer. The first one I put in screwed right in. Maybe I grabbed the wrong nuts for the rest of them. Weird. Let me go see. These might be wrong nuts. One of them went right on. Okay, it's the plating on the bolts. It's not the nuts. All right, that one went on. lost another light here. Let me go charge this one up. I got another one. All right, get these other two tightened. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish tightening these. I'm going to get the service switch and volume switch and everything soldered in there. And I think I'm going to end this video because it's going to be really long if I keep going. Because I still have to put the coin door together, mount the control panel. I got to get those brackets to work for the control panel. And I have to plug the monitor back in. I have to bolt the back of the monitor in. I need to get the back door put together. So it's going to be one more video after this one. But we are getting there. Okay, that's in. I actually think those actually look pretty good. These don't look bad at all. So let's get this service switch and stuff put in. I gotta get my new volume pot. I ordered 2 volume pots just to have an extra one because Journey, Tapper, and Tron all use the same one. So it's probably good to have an extra one on hand. I don't know if these go bad easily or not. I always try to order extra when I'm ordering parts. Because then if something breaks, I can usually just get it fixed right away and not have to wait for parts and pay for more shipping and everything else on top of it. Because if you just keep ordering a few parts here and there, by the time you're done with it, you'll pay more in shipping than it was for the parts. There's a tab in here that holds the button from spinning, or the knob from spinning. Put a washer on. Nut. So that gets mounted right in there, but we need to solder these wires on first. And I'm probably gonna have to go to my Journey and figure out what goes where. This switch is not in very good shape. These prongs are pushed in. I'm gonna have to see if I can grab a pick and try to pull those out so that we can solder to them. I'm gonna go make a drawing of what goes where, so that I can get these wires soldered on. I know that he has them labeled as far as, like, this is for the slide switch, this is for the credit button, and this is for the volume. Okay, when I went to bend this one prong back on the service switch, it broke off. I did manage to get a glob of solder on there, but I don't know if that's going to work or not. So if not, I have to find another switch for the service. Hopefully the video is bright enough for you guys. It's kind of hard where I'm at working on this thing. I like to stick the wire through the hole on the terminal, then just solder it on. That's done. Now we got the service switch here, which orange is on the outside, and that's the one I broke. Is this one right here. So we'll see if I can heat it real quick and get it to stay. Well, it's staying, but I don't know if it'll work. This does not want to stay. It's on there. Okay, now this is in the cabinet this way. I marked them. Orange goes on this one. Yellow in the center. And black's the last one. It looks like my yellow wire fell off the service switch. Oh, the terminal broke off. Awesome. Now let's see if I can solder it on. I wish I had my headlamp. Try to do this without burning the wire. Well, it's on there. We'll just have to see if it works. So that should all be wired up. Now I can screw this into the cabinet. Piece goes right here. Grab 2 screws. Just gonna put the control panel on and, oh no I'm not, because I gotta make those brackets. All right, so I'm gonna end this video here. This just ran into a lot of problems, but we are definitely getting there. So the next video, we are definitely gonna finish this up. I might even work on these brackets, getting them re-drilled ahead of time, so that I can just get them bolted on here with the latches, and we can get the coin door put together and put on. I don't know if I have the right wiring harness for the coin door or not yet, so might not be able to plug the coin door in once it's done yet until I find the wiring, but I'll have to look and see. And then I need to put the back door together, plug the monitor in, bolt 2 bolts into the back of the monitor, and then that should be it. So that's gonna be the end of part 15. Hope you guys are liking what you're seeing. Please like and subscribe. And video number 16 is going to finish this project.